Public Affairs Centre interviewed Dr. K P Krishnan, Secretary, Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India, who gave an overview of the country partnerships and opportunities for Karnataka vis-a-vis skills and international mobility.
We are at this round table and it's all about migration, skills and employment. Where do you think are the gaps when it comes to actually getting data on migration? Because it's becoming so much of an important subject, especially given the focus of Skill India Mission in that sense. So where are the gaps that you think?
Like in many other parts in the Indian economy, the migration data is also not very reliable. I don't know if you recall the economic survey where Arvind Subramaniam had attempted through very interesting sort of innovative methods on establishing within India migration. So we don't have very reliable, good quality within India migration data. And just to give an example, this is very important because this question of where do you train? Do you train at the origin or do you train at the destination? And if you do not necessarily know the destination in advance, how do you do soft training are all difficult questions in training. And therefore, I think for efficiency of expenditure, we need a lot of data on domestic migration. Likewise, on the international migration side, now with e-migrate of the immigration, protector and immigration, protector of immigrants, we now have, for instance, data relating to UAE in terms of what is the dominant trade in which a lot of people are getting into UAE. We've been able to make out, for instance, there is a large number of electricians, large number of carpenters who are going, but the data is incomplete because UAE allows people to go on tourist visa and start working. So to get a complete grip on what kind of skills are migrating is important, because I do not want Indians to be working at $7,000. Ideally, I'd like them to be working at $25,000. And if I know what is the skills that UAE requires, what is the certification that UAE requires, the ability of India to produce better migration is sort of established. So in each of these food chains, there is lack of data.
Okay. So in this sort of a scenario, what kind of a role do you think a CSO organization like PAC can play, very specifically given our mandate? Because we are bipartisan. We are not we're not with any government. We're pro people, pro governance. So what kind of a role do you think PAC can play?
This, as I was mentioning as part of the seminar today, this whole exercise is very data intensive, it's very research intensive because it's very dynamic. Given labor market conditions, what constitutes demand today will not necessarily be demand tomorrow or day after. And Singapore may today require 13,000 landscape artists, but that may be linked to a project which comes to an end in 2019. Malaysia requires construction workers because it's going heavy on building refineries. So keeping track of these is not easy, and it requires a continuous monitoring of developments externally as well as continuous monitoring of capacities internally. And government departments are not typically very nimble in this kind of work. Private sector data is useful, but a lot of what I need is data from a public policy perspective. So therefore, an agency which has got its core mandate as public policy, but which also has strengths in data analytics, in migration trends, I think the role is obvious. It's automatic and natural.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.